Accessible parking is a critical part of inclusive design, and understanding ADA parking requirements for van-accessible spaces is essential for property owners, businesses, and drivers alike. These regulations exist to ensure that individuals with mobility challenges can safely access public and commercial facilities. Van-accessible parking spaces in particular are designed to accommodate vehicles equipped with ramps or lifts, providing the additional space necessary for safe entry and exit. Under ADA guidelines, accessible parking spaces must be located on the shortest accessible route to a building entrance. This means they should be positioned in areas that minimize travel distance and avoid unnecessary barriers such as curbs, stairs, or uneven surfaces. The goal is to create a continuous, accessible path from the parking space to the facility entrance. The number of required accessible parking spaces depends on the total number of spaces in a parking facility. As the size of the parking lot increases, the required number of accessible spaces increases proportionally. Among those required spaces, a certain percentage must be designated as van accessible. This ensures that individuals who rely on wheelchair vans or other larger mobility vehicles have adequate accommodation. Van accessible spaces differ from standard accessible spaces in several key ways. They are wider and include a larger access aisle. The extra width is necessary to allow room for deploying a side-mounted or rear-mounted ramp or lift. Without this additional space, individuals who use wheelchair vans may not be able to exit or enter their vehicles safely. An access aisle is a critical component of any accessible parking space. It provides the clearance needed for mobility devices and safe transfers. ADA guidelines specify the minimum width of access aisles, and these aisles must remain clear at all times. Parking in an access aisle, even partially, creates a significant barrier and may violate accessibility regulations. Proper signage is another essential requirement. Van accessible spaces must display the international symbol of access and include signage indicating that the space is van accessible. The signage must be mounted at a height that ensures visibility, even when vehicles are parked in the adjacent spaces. Clear marking of both the parking space and the access aisle helps prevent misuse and confusion. Surface conditions are also regulated. Accessible parking spaces and access aisles must be level and stable to prevent mobility devices from rolling unexpectedly. Slopes must remain within allowable limits to ensure safe transfers and movement. Cracked pavement, uneven surfaces, or excessive slopes can compromise safety. Striping and markings must clearly define the parking space and access aisle. High contrast paint and visible boundary lines help drivers identify accessible spaces easily. Maintaining these markings is part of ongoing compliance. Faded paint or unclear markings can lead to improper use and accessibility barriers. It is important to understand that van accessible spaces are not optional additions. They are required features under ADA standards for qualifying facilities. Businesses and property owners are responsible for meeting these requirements and maintaining compliance. Failure to do so can result in legal consequences and, more importantly, restrict access for individuals with disabilities. Drivers also play a role in supporting accessibility. Only vehicles displaying a valid disability permit may park in designated accessible spaces. The permit ensures that these spaces remain available for individuals who truly rely on them. Misuse of accessible parking undermines the purpose of ADA regulations and creates unnecessary hardship. Van accessible parking supports independence and dignity. For individuals who use wheelchair vans, the extra space provided by these designated areas makes the difference between safe mobility and significant limitation. Without proper width and access aisles, safe vehicle transfers may not be possible. ADA parking requirements reflect a broader commitment to equal access. Accessibility is not simply about compliance. It is about ensuring that public spaces are usable by everyone. When parking facilities are designed correctly, they support individuals with mobility challenges and promote inclusion. Routine inspections and maintenance are essential for continued compliance. Property owners should regularly evaluate parking spaces to ensure that striping remains visible, signage is intact, and surfaces are level and free from hazards. Accessibility is an ongoing responsibility, not a one-time installation. Ultimately, understanding ADA parking requirements for van-accessible spaces highlights the importance of thoughtful planning and consistent enforcement. These regulations exist to remove barriers and ensure equal access to businesses, services, and public spaces. By respecting accessible parking guidelines and ensuring that van-accessible spaces meet ADA standards, communities demonstrate a commitment to inclusion. Combined with responsible use of a disability permit, proper parking design ensures that individuals with mobility challenges can navigate public environments safely and confidently. Accessible parking is one piece of a larger accessibility framework that includes ramps, restrooms, entrances, and transportation systems. Together, these elements create environments where individuals with disabilities can participate fully and independently in everyday life. We hope you found this information helpful. If you need assistance obtaining a handicapped placard or plate and want to avoid the hassle, paperwork confusion, or trying to coordinate a doctor's appointment on your own, visit handicappedparking.com. Our platform connects you with licensed doctors online from the comfort of your home, making the process simple, secure, and stress-free. If you're facing any challenges with your disabled parking permit, let us know and we'll see what we can do to help you regain your traveling freedom. Our goal is to give you the knowledge and support you need to improve your quality of life. Be sure to follow this channel for more answers to your handicap parking questions, and feel free to leave a comment below. We're always happy to help. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.